Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. We're at the Palace of Auburn Hills. The Detroit Pistons plan to take advantage of home court. This game, an interesting matchup for them, facing another middle-of-the-pack team. They're looking to take a step forward. This is the type of game that they've got to measure the progress with.
And they know they can beat these guys. They played 3 times this season, so a win tonight means they've locked up the season series. Do you think that'll give them a little bit extra motivation, Clark?
You know, I think mostly they just want to keep improving, build on that earlier win, try to snowball a little bit of momentum here.
And as we got a few moments here before the tip, let's go to David Aldridge, who was able to speak with head coach Tom Thibodeau. Dave, what'd you find out?
Well, Stan Van Gundy remains one of the most demanding coaches in the league. Dwight Howard played 5 seasons for him and gave Van Gundy a lot of credit for the growth of Pistons big man Andre Drummond. He's going to push you to the limit, said Howard. His whole method is to get the best out of you. Throughout all the yelling and noise, you have to listen to what he's trying to say. Kevin?
At times, a contentious relationship between Howard and Van Gundy, but you see the respect there, sir. DA, thank you. Here at the midway point of the season, the league pecking order now coming more into focus.
You know, I think generally you can see who's going to be in the playoffs by this point. You understand what a playoff team looks like and what a non-playoff team doesn't. Certainly by this point, some teams are saying, you know what, I think we might be heading to the lottery. Let's help that cause along.
But I never feel, even though people will speculate and talk about this, that the teams try to lose to better their position. I've always felt these are pros. It's on tape, and their individual careers as much as the team is at stake here.
I think you make a great point because these guys are about pride. No one likes losing. In fact, you can see rookies who come in and have had success at a high level on the college game, how much of a toll it takes on them mentally. And I'm a big believer, Kevin, is you can't try to lose because if you do, it sets a very poor standard moving forward for those players.
That's a great perspective. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. A high-flying pair of Levine and Wiggins at the 2 and the 3. Towns is out there with Jang, and it's Rubio in at the point. And Doris, a lot of people knew that Towns would be good in the NBA, but just how quickly he has established himself as a defensive force is very impressive. You can see how he impacts decisions that opponents are making on the floor around him.
Yeah, I think Towns is always lurking and always aware of what the opposite offense is thinking about, and so he gets a lot of his blocks when the shooter didn't even know Cat was in position to block it. And what's really impressive is how versatile Cat is with who he can match up with and his defense individually in one-on-one situations.
5 to shoot. Here's Wiggins, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Wiggins has got his first points of the night.
Well, you think the body up to Wiggins will throw him off. It doesn't help at all.
Feeds to Drummond. Towns with the defensive effort.
All the credit goes to the defense, preventing a terrific finisher like that from throwing it down.
Levine can't hit.
He has the skills to finish that. I cannot believe he blew it.
Caldwell Pope outside. Shoots from 12. Good D by Rubio. Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to Cleveland.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Listen, the offense had the crowd's energy to feed off, but it doesn't explain a lack of effort on defense.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
And he's one of those guys who can step up and be a big-time contributor on certain nights. We'll see if that 3 gets him going.
Now here's Levine. Boy, he just disappeared against Cleveland. They needed him. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. The 11-footer. It's rebounded by Towns. The Timberwolves trail. Now the feed to Wiggins. Second chance shot, and so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Well, the quickness to beat you inside, Wiggins possesses that in spades.
And with Wiggins, it's best to be patient with his development, and they have been, to the credit of the Minnesota Timberwolves organization. But Doris, most feel once his three-pointer becomes a consistent weapon, his game is really going to take off.
I think that's exactly right, Kevin, because Wiggins can make threes at a decent clip right now, but even a slight improvement may push him to the point where he's at elite scoring levels. That first step, coupled with a strong three game, would make him virtually unguardable. You know, if he continues to work on his shot, you know his deep game will come along soon enough. I think one aspect of Wiggins that really helps his game that might be overlooked is how long his arms are. It helps him keep the ball away from defenders when he's driving to the rim. The high release point on his shot makes it that much harder to contest.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
He misses the free throw. And Doris, another benefit of Wiggins is his great length for his position. So it takes very few steps for him to go from the three-point line right to the rim.
Yeah, I think when you couple his reach with his hang time, you can see why he can adjust so many times in the air and still get off a great shot. It's really crazy to think he's a shooting guard with a 7-foot wingspan.
And it's hard to watch a Minnesota Timberwolves game and not think of the late, great Flip Saunders. Doris, a great coach, as you know, and an even better person. He meant so much to Minnesota, both for what he did for the team on and off the court.
Kevin, it's rare when someone is universally respected, but Flip Saunders was, and he will always be tied to the Timberwolves.
Now here's LaVine. After the miss from Andre Drummond. LaVine, good.
Well, spacing the floor with LaVine hitting from range, the offense benefits greatly.
Jackson with it. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Morris with the bucket. Minnesota in the lead. And Rubio kicks to Towns. For three, LaVine. Rebounded by the Pistons. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, I think when your bench puts up that kind of productivity, it makes your offense so much more difficult to defend. It's a key element in their last win.
Now, here's Rubio. After the miss from Reggie Jackson. And Rubio kicks to Towns. Now here's Jackson. Here's Caldwell Pope. And it was as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. You talk to anybody around the league about Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and they'll talk about his defense. Just an absolute monster, Greg, how he can lock up a perimeter player.
And it's a rarity for a player so young to be so good defensively. He's got quick feet and is aggressive at pressuring the ball. Only 6'5", but has the wingspan of a condor and really makes it hard to get around.
That free throw good from Caldwell-Pope.
You know, if you ask any great player what separates good from great in terms of the NBA is confidence. And Reggie Jackson has never been short on having confidence. I mean, he feels as if he's been a star ever since he came into this league and just needed the opportunity. And I tell you what, I think he's right. I mean, he's made the most of it coming over to Detroit and did not skip a beat. And I tell you what, Stan Van Gundy is very happy to have him at the helm of that point guard position.
You're always surprised when he misses that kind of look, whether the defense is on him or not.
And Zhang kicks to LaVine. He dishes it to Towns. And he converts the layup. Towns has got 5. And when you think about Reggie Jackson's demeanor, you can see the confidence he plays with goes right at the taller players. Loves to be challenged by the big-name players, too.
And it shows most in the fourth quarter. Reggie is the kind of player who wants the ball with the game on the line. He might not always come through, but he isn't one to back down from a challenge.
Here's Levine following the score by Reggie Jackson. Levine kicks to Rubio. Clock at 6. Wiggins against Morris. And it's Wiggins missing. The Pistons have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. And it's Lure, top of the key. Down low. Here's Drummond. The shot, no good. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Rubio against Jackson. Tries from 10. Towns. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. Back to Caldwell Pope. All sorts of time. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson too, but they've got to go in there with guts.
Guts?
Huh?
I want you to think about this. How would you like to have been the size of Allen Iverson?
Right, great example,
and
yeah.
Drive in there.
Fearless, right?
So tough.
Fearless and tough to guard. Here's Towns following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. Darren Hilliard comes in for Kentavious Caldwell Pope. And a change for the Timberwolves. Aldridge is checked in. The Pistons leading. Here's Hilliard. Morris a screen. Muhammad with the steal. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Muhammad's got it all tied up now for Minnesota.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Smith kicks to Hilliard. Morris a screen. Muhammad with the steal. They push it up 4 on 3. Now here's Dunn. He's guarded closely. Levine passes to Bielitsa. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Jang.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
For Detroit, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Smith dishes to Morris. Inside, got a piece of it. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. The pass to Hilliard. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. You're looking at the list of the NBA's top shooters from behind the arc for the past month. Second, Shabazz Muhammad.
Sometimes a three-point shooter gets into that rhythm and just keeps carrying it over. That's been the case for him the entire month.
Screen by Smith. 6 on the shot clock. The 3.
Boy, nicely contested by Levine. He can be a smothering defender when focused.
Passes it to Bielitsa. Kicks it to Muhammad. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's Levine. And that misses. That would have put him up.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
Offensive rebound. Hilliard kicks to Smith. From 13 feet, it goes down. Smith's got his first points of the night.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
Boy, just impossible for either team to gain the upper hand. Momentum swinging back and forth on every possession.
Now here's Muhammad. He's coming off a 16-point game against Cleveland. Bean passes to Bielitsa. Pulls up. Hits the front of the rim and out.
You know, it's been hard for him to find the range this quarter, but I do like his aggressiveness.
Here's Baines. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And it's a 4-point Piston lead.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Outside, Levine. Pass to Bielitsa. He kicks it to Levine. Again, Levine missing.
Ooh, his shot is way off. Someone else is going to have to step up scoring-wise if they're going to be competitive.
It's good. Harris has got his first 2 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And one thing the Pistons have been doing in recent times is honoring the members of the 2004 championship team. Retired several numbers, and rightly so. I agree, that team was special.
And that 2004 had a great cast of characters, many of whom found a rebirth with the Pistons. That team helped continue the us against the world feeling that the franchise had in the Bad Boys era. Hard to express just how much that team meant to the city of Detroit.
And here's Smith after the three-pointer from Zach LaVine. Here's Hilliard. Here's Baines. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%. And you look back on the Pistons, and whenever that group has had success as a franchise, it's always driven by a team-oriented concept. I mean, yeah, they've had stars, Isaiah Thomas, Chauncey Billups, but at the heart of all their title runs was a group of 5 guys that just played for each other.
And thinking about the Pistons and their history of winning with pure team basketball, Greg, you can see that this is what this group is always striving for.
Yeah, and Kevin, this group right now reminds you a little bit of those Pistons teams of the past. I mean, they're founded on defense. They got that tough mentality in the paint. You've got to be excited about this roster they've assembled here in Detroit.
He's off on the second.
I think one thing we can say for certain, guys, is the Timberwolves have had one of the best rebuilds in recent memory, and obviously it helps getting the top overall pick with Towns. But beyond that, they've made a lot of shrewd decisions.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
There's the pick. Levine dishes to Aldridge. He feeds it to Dunn. Puts up a 3. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. There's 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. And here are the Pistons. They're on a 15-6 run. Pass to Hilliard. There's 18 seconds left here in the opening quarter. 5 on the clock, and it's Baines in the corner. And it's Harris off the drive. Rebound by Bielitsa.
It wasn't wide open, but that's a look he's got to create, guys. He's got to finish that. His teammates count on him.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And that does
games, and you don't see a ton of miscommunication out there.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Towns is out there with Gorgui Dieng. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Shabazz Muhammad. And it's Rubio in at the 1 spot.
Great focus by Wiggins in the face of some pretty good defense.
Pistons leading by 3. Smith kicks to Drummond. Screen by Smith. Here's Harris. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Yeah, the defense not closing out in time. He's too quick and too good to miss many of those.
Rubio outside. The dish now to Towns, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Andre Drummond picks one up.
You know, guys, I think maybe at the start of the season last year, there was a little bit of doubt, but it was pretty apparent pretty quickly that Cat was the rookie of the year. You know, this guy played at a near all-star level from games 1 through 82, never missed a beat. One of the most impressive rookie seasons this league has ever seen.
And he knocks down the first one. And Towns was a runaway with the Rookie of the Year, as many expected, Doris. Not many rookies can average 18 points and 10 rebounds right out of the gate.
Yeah, it's just rare to see a rookie come in at the age Cat did and be so proficient in so many areas. You know, very often Karl-Anthony Towns looked like a 10-year vet as a rookie. He had the most statistically impressive rookie year since Blake Griffin's debut back in 2011.
Caldwell Pope outside. Here's Jackson. Goes back up. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Doris, we asked fans to write in questions for you. We've had thousands, literally thousands of letters, emails coming in. The fans want you to answer questions. So here's one I just picked out of the fishbowl here. This is from Joe in Portland. What are your hobbies outside of basketball?
Yeah, I think this might surprise people, but I love to cook, Kevin. Not that I'm going to spend 3 hours in the kitchen, but having been the mother of 2 children, I love to cook. My daughter loves to cook with me. The other thing is I live at the ocean, so you can find me on the water.
I want to be one of your kids. My gosh.
It's not a bad life.
Now, I picture you as like with a towel draped over your shoulder and coaching, thinking it through, but enjoying the cooking process.
Oh, there's no question. I'll tell you what, if I make a good dish, just like John Thompson, the towel's over the shoulder, but if I have thrown it down, that towel goes in the air.
You can cook.
No question.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pistons raised a few eyebrows when they took Stanley Johnson with the 8th pick overall in 2015. Now, he's a great, great athlete, but some thought there were better basketball prospects available. But Stan Van Gundy says what you've got to bank on is a player's work ethic and commitment to being great. There's just something about him. He is a great, great competitor. Kevin?
And he's built like a tank. DA, thanks. Thank you very much. And he knocks down the first one. And Lure drops them both.
I think if you look over the history of the Timberwolves, one position they've always been strong in since their inception in 1989, the power forward slot. KG, of course, the big name, but now you get Kevin Love, and then you follow him with Karl-Anthony Towns, keeping the tradition alive.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Rubio outside. Here's Wiggins. He can't get it to go. Caldwell Pope with some nice D.
And they continue to control the glass.
Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And let's take a quick look at the point guards this year, racking up the most steals per game. Third is Ricky Rubio.
And with these guys, they are always going to give you an equally outstanding effort at both ends of the floor. I mean, it takes very aggressive defense to put up steal numbers like that.
You know, I think that's the mentality they have when it comes to defending, aggressive. They don't let up for 1 single second at that end of the floor, and they're always looking to cause you discomfort.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Rubio.
I think he just got nervous there, guys. Not sure what he was going for there.
Pistons leading by 8. And here's Jackson. He's got 9. Lets it go from 14. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Jang, the pass to Towns. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look, broken down by paint, mid-range, and 3-point shot attempts so far for the Pistons.
and they are going where the going is good for them right now. The painted area, high percentage and high volume shots.
For Minnesota, they have shot 6 of 7 at the line. The first free throw is good.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Well, you just love the way Cat carries himself. I'll say this, he knows what work is.
Caldwell Pope outside. Dishes it to Jackson. Here's Drummond. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 4 assists now tonight. Now Wiggins. 23 points his last outing. Out to the wing. Rubio outside. Here's Dang. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
You can see the improved upper body strength of Gorgui Dieng that allows him to finish through the contact, get to the free throw line. Nice.
And when you see Dieng, you don't expect a player, Doris, of his size to be a threat from outside, but he has a very soft touch in the mid-range, and it's getting better every year, it seems.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt. Dieng can definitely face up and knock shots down. Enough, certainly, to keep other big men honest when he steps out into clear space. And it also helps a lot that every time he gets to the free throw line, he's been solid there.
Drummond in the post, covered by Wiggins, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Hard to believe that a player as talented as Drummond slipped to number 9 in the draft, but that's what happened to him. You knew the potential was there, and you know what? He's lived up to what he can do.
Yeah, and I remember the fears were he was just too raw coming into the NBA. Always had an NBA-ready body, and he is physically imposing at times. But credit him for working hard to play to his strengths. It's why he's developed into a star.
He hits the second from the line. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Wiggins kicks to Towns. Towns a screen on Jackson. Rubio dishes to Towns. On the wing, Wiggins. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. 6 to shoot, and it's Wiggins missing.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Jackson kicks to Lure. Wiggins against Caldwell Pope. Feeds it to Jackson. They set the pick. Detroit, no good that time either.
You know, in most situations, coach is okay with him taking that shot, even if it doesn't go in.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I mean, the first thing you notice about Gorgui Dieng is when he's on the floor, it's his defensive presence. Very long arms to bother shooters, quick movement to stay and track drivers as they come to the rim. Such a force.
That one is off. And with Dieng's defensive presence, Doris, he'll always find a way onto the floor. Everything else he does is icing on the cake.
Well, it isn't just protecting the rim that Dieng excels at, right? He also has great timing to deny passes and come up with some steals. He's carved out a nice role for himself in the NBA.
And he's good on the second.
Now, this is a guy who was 63% from the free throw line his first year. As Dieng now has transformed himself into a very good free throw shooter.
The feed to Lure. Harris kicks to Jackson. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, Doris, the NBA is consistently evolving, changing all the time. What are the biggest changes you've seen in the league over the years?
Well, this should be an interesting conversation because if you think about Michael Jordan's era and how little impact the three-point shot had on the game, to the point where 2 years ago, Greg Popovich says, Kevin, and you've been calling the NBA a lot longer than I have, you can't win without the three-point ball. It's simply impossible. Would you say that that's been the single most significant change?
Probably brought more in focus with what Curry and Thompson have done. I love the ball movement.
It's a lot of fun.
The game is so much more pleasing to the eye now than, say, in the 90s.
Okay, and let me ask you this. So we talk about the three-point shot. The other thing with Golden State, and you mentioned Stephen Clay, this small ball, is that sort of a revolutionary thing that perhaps is not going to go back?
Well, the athletic ability, the length of their arm span, the ability to jump, they can almost equal what a big man would do, even in a smaller frame, a different kind of form, and maybe they've been able to adjust that way. I mean, what do you think?
It's as you know, and you know this better than I do, it's a sort of a reactionary league. And so you saw a team like Washington go away from a double low post that got them to the Eastern Conference Finals, try to play small, and they take a step back.
Yes, good point. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Timberwolves trail by 11. And for Coach Tom Thibodeau and the Wolves, it isn't just as coach, it's as coach and president of basketball operations. Doris, they went all in with Tibbs.
Well, there's no doubt, Kevin, and some teams might be hesitant to give that much control so quickly, but the Wolves were a team in need of direction. And when you have the resume that Tibbs has, it's certainly easier to give those reins to him. And also, they did what they needed to do in order to secure his services in what was a very competitive coaching carousel.
Second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in. Drummond's got the lead up to 11 now for Detroit.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Wiggins off the left rim and out.
I'll tell you, they're fighting the good fight, but he's not helping a difficult situation by missing this way.
Jackson against Rubio. Jackson drives in, and he makes that one. Jackson's got 7 now in this quarter.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Too many. Simple as that. Their defensive weaknesses are being exposed right now.
And it's Lure with the rebound. Pistons leading by 13. Jackson passes to Harris. From 13, it's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 9 rebounds now tonight. He dishes it to Wiggins. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard. Here are the top rebounders over the last month. Second, Andre Drummond.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Outside Jackson. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. Passes it to Drummond. Kicks it to Lure. The pass to Jackson. 3-pointer. Rebound Minnesota. Wiggins with it. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Wiggins drives in. And Muhammad kicks to Towns. Faded away to create the space. Towns has got 10.
Yeah, this is one of the better catch-and-shoot bigs in the NBA already. Towns doing everything these days.
Drummond a screen. Here's the screen. Passes to Caldwell Pope. Offline with his 3. For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against New Orleans.
You just have to admire the versatility they were able to display offensively.
You know, contributions across the board. Guys setting screens, passers willingly, shooters, everyone was on point.
Jackson against Rubio from the wing, and the jumper is good. 15 points for Reggie Jackson.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
He's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Bielitsa comes in for Jang. Zach LaVine's checked in for Muhammad. And it's Dunn in for Ricky Rubio. Dunn kicks to Bielitsa. Smith against LaVine. Pass to Dunn. Trying his luck deep. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
got to put some pressure on Dunn when he's squaring up from outside. Just an exceptional scorer.
Smith kicks to Harris. Hilliard passes to Smith. They set the pick. Morris, left side. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Morris has got the lead up to 13 now for the Pistons. Minnesota's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Dunn kicks to Wiggins. The fadeaway. That's short off the rim.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Smith with it. He picked up 15 points in their last win against New Orleans. He used that pick just right. Harris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
I think you'd like to see a little more determination defensively to fight through that and contest a bit.
And Zach LaVine is listed as a point guard, but he isn't a natural to that position. Certainly can handle himself acting as the lead guard, but Doris making plays for others right now isn't his specialty.
Well, it shows up in stats as well as with the eye test, right? He has never had a lot of assists given how much he handles the ball, and he also has somewhat of a poor assist-to-turnover ratio. But he is almost more of a shooting guard who can bring it up the floor and initiate rather than a true point guard.
Well, the one question Zach LaVine had when he entered the NBA is whether or not he could be a reliable contributor on offense. Doris, he's put in the work to improve his efficiency a great deal in that regard.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that for LaVine is that he's worked on his jump shot to where he's now more of a threat. He upped his field goal percentage from mid-range and from deep since his rookie season. He's shown better judgment in the shots he takes. All of that goes into making him a better player.
Timberwolves trail by 16. 1:44 left in the first half. Wiggins outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's LaVine. No good off the back of the rim.
I thought for sure he would hit that shot, but his release didn't look good.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, as you know, things could have turned out a lot differently for Stan Van Gundy. He was the favorite for the coaching vacancy in Golden State in 2014, but in the end, the Pistons owner gave him the chance to coach and run the front office, and that led him to Detroit. But the Warriors went on to win the title that season, but Van Gundy insists, if I had to do it over again, this is exactly where I'd want to be. Kevin, he can build this team exactly as he wants.
Thanks, DA, and after some tough exits in Miami and Orlando, this time he holds the cards. And the first one at the line is good. That one is no good. Timberwolves trail by 17. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing.
Neither coach nor his teammates are pleased with the way he's playing. He's simply got to adjust his shot selection.
Baines passes to Hilliard. Harris outside. That one no good. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Wiggins kicks to Dunn. To the inside, Aldridge. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made one and missed one.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
2 shots.
Free throw good, Aldridge. so he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Pass to Hilliard. 11 feet away. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Hilliard's got his second basket of the night.
You know, the passing there deserves a mention. That assist was a thing of beauty.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Piston. Here is Rubio. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. John Lure's out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the 5.
Well, what a quick move. Wiggins able to draw the contact. Defender completely off balance.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. He misses the free throw. He hits the second from the line.
Well, with the first overall pick in 2014, Wiggins has some pressure on him, but he has steadily improved his play.
Now here's Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Rubio. Jackson dishes to Drummond, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one is on Towns.
Well, I tell you what, it didn't take long for everyone to recognize that Andre Drummond was going to be a dominant rebounder in this league. He just inhales everything within his reach out on the floor. And then he's got that great blend of length and strength to get after every miss. Incredible feet and hands to go along with that. And this is a guy that just has superstar written all over him.
And both free throws good for Drummond. And it's hard to stop talking about Drummond. The rebounding, of course, helps him get the easy points when it comes on the offensive end of the court. Greg, a terrific offensive rebound.
It's almost like a feedback loop with him. I mean, you get an offensive board, he gets an easy score. He starts getting on a roll, and then the next thing you know, he's blowing up for a 20-20 game.
And a chance now to review the shot chart.
And looking at this shot chart, you can't help but feel that this entire team has played passively on offense. There has been little to nothing going on at the rim or in the paint for that matter. And when you don't attack the defense and put pressure on them down low, you are making life far too easy on them.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Jackson. Timberwolves trailed by 21. Rubio outside. Here's Wiggins, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Wiggins has got 13 points.
Well, there's that in-between game, right? Wiggins silky smooth from the start.
Morris a screen. Jackson with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Takes the turnaround J. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got 11 rebounds in the game. Rubio outside. Back to Wiggins. Inside Leaner. And there the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. These are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA, showing the top distributors of the basketball over the last 10 games. Third is Ricky Rubio.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
Free throw good. Wiggins. And both free throws good for Wiggins. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Drummond passes to Jackson. Morris outside. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Drummond. Drummond with another miss.
I love the recognition defensively. They know he can knock down that shot, and you stay right tight to him.
Back to Wiggins. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Wiggins. And 12 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh, what a big-time move by Karl Anthony Towns, undeterred with a hand in his face.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Jackson. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Jackson's got 19 points. Minnesota calls timeout. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Down low, Towns. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
We've talked about this guy's ability to get to the free throw line. Towns in incredibly tough cover.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game. The free throw drops for Towns. And Towns drops them both. Detroit leading by 15. Jackson kicks to Morris. Here's Lure. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Well, with teams making their playoff push, you know, parity between the teams is the biggest goal of all the leagues. The NBA more than tripling revenue share. The little guys are in much better position now than they were a few years ago, and maybe even more competitive now than they were a couple years ago.
That would have been like investing in Kevin Harlan stock 20 years ago.
You'd be on the streets. You'd be in trouble.
I do think as a professional organization, and this is where the NFL has mastered things, right? Everybody should have an opportunity to win your championship, and I think that's the beauty of the NBA. Every decision they make is trying to line up the ducks so that everybody is equally positioned to have a chance to win.
It can't be done overnight,
no.
And it really is a reflection maybe more on the front office than on the play of the court. It's who you've got on your team.
Kevin, I'm a big believer in this. Not only should we show the head coach's record, let's show the GM's record.
I like that. Good on the second free throw. Here is Rubio. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. He kicks to Muhammad. 6 to shoot. And the basket by Rubio. Rubio's got his first basket of the night.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Pistons leading by 14. Outside Jackson. The shot that time, not on target. Good D by Rubio. Here's Levine. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 6 assists in the game.
Great play calling, great execution, leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
And here's Jackson. 19 points in the game. Detroit, no good that time either.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
No, and it looked like he got a bit ahead of himself and just couldn't pull back.
And Ricky Rubio has always had incredible court vision and knack for making that one dagger of a pass. But Doris has done a good job maturing as a point guard over the last few years. Picked up a lot of things along the way.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, listen, the one area I've really noticed for Rubio that's improved is his decision making. Now, he has found ways to cut turnovers down every year in the league and is now one of the best playmakers in the NBA.
It's stolen by Morris. Jackson passes to Drummond. Muhammad grabs the board. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. And Rubio kicks to Zhang. Fades away. Rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. To the paint. Towns with the steal. Levine with it. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Zhang dishes to Levine. Towns against Jackson, and it goes down 2 points. 16 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Jackson against Rubio. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to Jackson. Clock at 6. Launches a 3. Detroit, no good that time either. Timberwolves trail by 10. Muhammad, the pass to Rubio. Drummond working against Towns. Zhang with a screen on Jackson. Back to Towns. It's going to be a 3-second call.
Let's take a look at some numbers for Rubio. He's been a factor for them over the last month. 3rd in assists, and he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
Now Jackson, 19 points in the game. Lure dishes to Caldwell Pope. He feeds it to Morris. Drummond sets the screen for Morris. And again, it's the Pistons missing. For Minnesota, they've gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Levine. And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. The dish to Harris. Jumper off the screen, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Harris has got 8.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2.
Dishes to Aldridge. And Muhammad kicks to Dunn. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Screen by Smith. To the middle, poked loose. And here we go. Fast break. Muhammad's got it. And there's the lay-in. 6 points for him.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Smith kicks to Baines. And the pass to Hilliard. Shoots from 12. Offensive rebound. Not outside Levine. Here's Dunn. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Dunn's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And Dunn is just a gamer, someone you can trust to be consistent from that range.
Smith outside, feeds it to Drummond. A baseline J, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Cole Aldridge. And he can't get the first one.
And he looks totally out of sorts here at the stripe. Those defenders aren't afraid at all to body him up and force him to earn his points at the line.
He hits the second from the line. Timberwolves trail by 7. Dunn with it. 5 points in the game. To the left side wing. Muhammad with it. Harris is there. 5. Muhammad, no luck. Pistons leading by 7. Hilliard kicks to Smith. There's a screen at the top of the key. Baines. Drummond passes to Hilliard. Smith outside. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Smith's got 5 points so far.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Levine kicks to Dunn. Now the feed to Aldridge. Passes it to Dunn. On the wing, Levine. 14 feet away. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Aldridge.
Well, simply running an offense. Probably the area where Zach can grow the most.
Smith dishes to Harris. Kicks it to Baines. Drummond a screen. Hilliard passes to Harris. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Harris has got 4 this quarter.
You know, that's just great teamwork. Sharp assist, nice shot. Boy, love it when it comes together.
Now, here's Dunn. 5 points in the game. From the baseline. Detroit with the rebound. Baines has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Harris kicks to Smith. Knocked away. And stolen by Dunn. He dishes it to Levine. It's stolen by Smith. 1:27 left in the third. Pass to Drummond. At the top of the key, Baines. From 13. Ball's knocked loose.
More times than not, that shot is going down. Definitely surprised he bricked it.
Here's Aldridge, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Detroit. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Wiggins is checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. Free throw, no good by Aldridge. Caldwell-Pope with a wide open look. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 6th assist on the night. Timberwolves trailed by 10. Dunn passes to Bjelica. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. To the inside, and stolen by Drummond. Smith dishes to Baines. Yep, that one goes in there. And now a 12-point Detroit lead.
Boy, spotted his teammate on the move, put the assist perfectly placed out in front of him, leading him right to the rack.
Dunn kicks to Aldridge. And Baines pulls it down. Baines has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Harris passes to Smith. There's 14 seconds left to play in the third.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
It hasn't mattered what tactic they've used. The inside game, the outside game, quick hitters, patient, whatever. It's all worked.
Dunn. The long distance 3 is buried. Dunn's got his 3rd basket of the night. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. They've got Gorgui Dieng. Ricky Rubio is out there with Wiggins. Then there's Towns. And it's Bjelica in at the small forward position. Towns Towns, a screen on Smith. And Rubio kicks to Towns. Shot from free throw range. Second chance shot. Jang, no luck. Pistons leading by 13. Here's Caldwell Pope. A three-pointer off the mark. Minnesota's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's Wiggins. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Now, this guy can do it anytime he wants. Andrew Wiggins with broad shoulders to carry the load there.
Smith outside. Drummond a screen. Smith against Rubio. Here's Drummond, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That one is on Towns.
Shooting free throws.
And that one misses. So for the Pistons, John Lure comes in for Tobias Harris, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Ish Smith. And the second free throw, good. Here is Rubio. Towns the screen. Rubio dishes to Wiggins. Clock at 4. And it's in there. Wiggins has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Boy, more points on the board for Wiggins. How about this guy? This is a memorable night.
Drummond a screen. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Pass to Caldwell Pope.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Caldwell Pope. And he can't hit the second. Timberwolves trail by 11. Levine passes to Bielitsa. Rubio with a wide open look. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
I tell you, that jumper might not be the prettiest of pictures, but the offensive spacing improves dramatically when Rubio hits it.
Rubio against Jackson. An easy 2 points on the layup. Jackson's got 21 in the game.
And this collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole.
Their D is getting chewed up. It's time for someone to step forward, put their foot down, and put a stop to these easy baskets.
And stolen by Drummond. Now Detroit moving it up. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. Knocks it loose. Timberwolves trail by 10. Wiggins dishes to Rubio. Levine kicks to Zhang. Wiggins outside. Goes up to the stripe. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Wiggins has got 11 in the second half.
Really showing some confidence on that play. Rising up, burying the jumper from mid-range. Nicely done.
Outside Jackson. He kicks to Lure. Back to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Pistons lead by 10.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
With his first shot attempt, and he overshot that one, missing. Drummond with a screen on Rubio. Jackson passes to Drummond. And yes, it's good. And it's a 12-point Detroit lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here is Rubio. Outside, Levine. Inside, it's Bjelica. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 6 assists now in the game. Rubio against Jackson. Caldwell Pope right side. Now here's Drummond. Defense is right there. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. Free throw good, Drummond.
You know, seeing an uptick in his trips to the free throw line, really, since we came out of the half.
Rubio dishes to Wiggins. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Guys, I think he just lost track of his position.
Detroit leading by 13. And here's Jackson. He feeds it to Drummond. Now the dish to Caldwell Pope. Drummond a screen. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Pistons lead by 15.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
On the wing, Levine. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
That's exactly how to work it to your advantage. If you're the big man, take your guy down low.
The Pistons have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Dishes it to Lure. The pass to Drummond. Fader on the way, and the reaction by Jang.
Oh, the 7'3" wingspan erases that shot. Nice by Gorgui Dieng.
Wiggins against Morris. On the wing, Wiggins. Clock is at 3. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Free throw good, Wiggins. And both free throws good for Wiggins.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Outside Jackson. Feeds to Drummond. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Free throw good, Drummond. So he picks up just one from the line that time. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. Tries again. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul. At the line of Yelitsa. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Good on both. Pistons leading by 9. Outside Jackson. To the middle. Here's Lure.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Detroit. John Moore.
First free throw is good. No good on the second free throw. Timberwolves trail by 10. Levine wide open. They grab their own miss. Kicks it out to Rubio. The feed to Wiggins. It's stolen by Morris. To the inside. Here's Drummond. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Drummond's got 17 points here in the second half. And Rubio kicks to Bielitsa. Passes to Wiggins. Makes it off the glass. Wiggins has got 25 points.
You can't blame him for this deficit on the scoreboard. This guy's been consistent as always.
Levine against Jackson. It's deflected and stolen by Jang. Levine inside the three-point line. Great positioning on the putback. Bielitsa's got it back down to single digits for Minnesota. And Detroit has possession. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Jackson against Rubio. No good. Timberwolves have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Boy, the speed at which Levine comes at you is incredible. Love to see him attack like that.
Free throw good, Levine. He's perfect from the line this time.
I'll tell you, 13th pick in the 2014 draft. Levine still with plenty of upside.
Morris a screen. Jackson kicks to Drummond. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Jang, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Gorgui Dieng. That free throw, no good.
And he has been grinding away to get himself to the line. It hasn't always turned into points, but he's doing a lot of the dirty work for them.
And he ends up missing both free throws. And the Timberwolves with possession. They're on a 13-4 run right now. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Marcus Morris picks one up there. Free throw good, Wiggins.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Pistons leading by 5. Here's Caldwell Pope. But they get it back.
Wow, just getting all the luck right now, it seems. Good bounce.
And Drummond is right there. Drummond's got 24.
And he is one cool customer, guys, isn't he? Every possession magnified down the stretch, but he's been ready with only 1 miss against his 6 mates.
That's an example of great defense. His teammates love that about him. Always why the shooters struggle against this guy.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
Yeah, that does not look good. Let's just hope it's not too serious.
You cringe when you see that happen. Unfortunate part of the game.
Dunn, he's checked in for Minnesota. Outside, Levine. Rubio outside. They set the screen. 6 to shoot. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Rubio's got 5 points now this quarter.
I'll tell you, the in-between game for Rubio starting to come around.
Drummond with a screen on Rubio. The drive by Jackson. And Lure kicks to Morris. He dishes it to Jackson. On the wing, they get the rebound. Drummond, and a missed layup.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
Boy, if you're going to challenge him in the lane, you better go strong.
Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Banked in off the glass. Caldwell Pope's got 19 points.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
Yeah, he was looking to push it immediately when he got his hands on the ball. Smart, strong play resulting in an easy deuce.
It's stolen by Morris. 1:05 left in the 4th quarter. Back to Jackson. And Drummond kicks to Morris. Just 5 on the clock. Drummond throws it down.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Detroit.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad. And one of the league's truly special talents making his mark Once again, another great performance for Andre Drummond.
He had a major impact on the glass. He was such a huge effort guy all night long, making it tough for anyone else to get in position.
And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Free throw good, Aldridge. Smith outside. And so the Pistons take the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage.
What do you think happened? Total domination.
This was the Andre Drummond that was the NBA All-Star. He's always impactful in the paint, but tonight he was extra special. They turned him loose, and he did not disappoint.
The job he did down low was fantastic. That's right, fantastic. He had great understanding of the way the defense was set up in the paint. He had a ton of high percentage looks close to the bucket and converted every time. Nice.